Hey, what is up, everybody? Bringing you another video in regards to Charge Defi. Now, many of you that have invested in it have messaged me and have requested an update on it, but I didn't post an update yesterday because the situation wasn't as bright as we would all want to in crypto just in general. And today, however, I do bring you an update because there are a few things to talk about. So right off the bat, we can see that the total value locked today is 33,793,000 or 794,000 now. And if we look back to my video that I had made just 3 days ago in regards to Charge Defi, we could see that the TVL was a little bit higher at 38 million. So we have come down in regards to TVL. However, as we can see as well, the price of static was just a little bit above peg, and the price of charge was at $357. Whereas today, the price of static is under peg, and charge is a little bit lower as well. Now, the more important thing is specifically the boardroom, and that's because of the fact that I personally am also in the boardroom. As you guys know, I have total about $1,500 invested, out of which I've already pulled out approximately 20 to 25% now. Right here, I shall connect my wallet just so we can see how my investments are doing as well. Now, before we go into that, the first thing we can see is that the number of epochs we've been under the peg is 6, which is not, the best news. However, we want it to be under peg right at this moment so that in 6 hours we have that little pump up, and we want to see multiple epochs happening where the price is going to be pumped up. If we look at the price of static right now, we can see, so guys, every time we see these big lines, essentially these are the rebases, right? We have a rebase here, we have a rebase here. These are all rebases, and these rebases help the price of static. So like right now, we're like really close to the price of the peg essentially, which is really good, but at the same time we don't want the price to be above peg, then we won't have the rebasing effect. So that being said, it's unfortunate that it's taking so much time. It's been a few days where we haven't gone back up to that $1.40, $1.50 mark. If we look at the daily, we can see that the last time we were up in that region was for only a single day, where we pumped from 85 cents all the way to 125, but then slowly got drained and came back down because of the pulse exchanging, pulse bonding rather, I should say, that you guys know about, which is that when essentially the static token is under peg, you could essentially buy pulse for static, and then in the future you can essentially convert your pulse back to static when static is above peg, and as such securing yourself a little bit of a profit. However, once again, what that does is it really reduces the price of static in general, because what people are doing is they're taking their pulse and then they are selling it. So what do I personally think we should do? Where do we stand, and how are we going to proceed? So now this is something I talked to with all my friends yesterday that are involved in Charge Defi as well. And one thing we can see is we bounced off of that 200 region. And if you guys remember in my video, say somewhere around here, I was discussing as to how we would maybe possibly drop down to that 150 to 200 mark before seeing a little bounce up. And that's just going off of precedent, meaning previous support lines and resistances that we saw. Now, do I think it's going to be straight up to the sky from here? I don't, because the price dropping this much always leads to a loss of confidence. So unless we have, a really good marketing system which introduces a lot more newer investors, I don't think we're going to be, jumping right back up to that $1,500 mark up here. I think it will take some time this time around. And not only because of the investor element that I mentioned, but also because of the fact that the circulating supplies have increased from before. It's not that easy to increase prices in general when you have more and more supply being printed, right? So that's very important to bear in mind. Now, you guys know I invested into static when it was $550. I bought exactly one static, and that has dropped considerably, so I'm at a loss here, unfortunately. However, as you guys can see, my static BSD pool is doing just fine. Invested $1,000 US into this, and then I compounded the profits back into it. Obviously, this number was a lot higher. It was somewhere around the $1,500 region. However, now it has come down to $1,200. But frankly, I'm not also worried about it, as it is making me more than that 1% a day, which is excellent in my opinion. And I am above my $1,000 while I have 20-ish or 25% withdrawn. So that being said, we can see that the static and charge that I have earned is equivalent to approximately $200. Just doing some rough guesstimate math here, guys. And you know, as such, this $200 plus this $200, so that's like $1,400 plus another $200 or $250 ish that I've already taken out as well. You know, so we're well into profit in regards to our $1,000 investment, and that's why I'm not worried about it. I look at it once a day, or I look at it once every other day, and that's about it. The only time that I will concern myself with this project is once the price of static goes back up to that $1.40, $1.50 range, and at that point I will consider taking some of my profits, or essentially following my strategy that I mentioned in my video, and taking out my initial investment. I definitely think you guys should check this video out if you haven't already. This is where I go over exactly my strategy and how I decide when to take out my profits, and how in general I am proceeding with Charge DeFi. I definitely think you guys should look at this, especially if you're a new investor. Make sure you know your strategy beforehand and you know what you're doing, and you're not just kind of jumping into the dark. But otherwise, guys, that's going to be it for the video here today. Stay calm. You know, I think we're doing fine in regards to Charge DeFi. Although the price has dropped, or rather the TVL has dropped from 38 million here to this 33 million, we could see that the percentage you gain has increased. So before 1.2%, and now we're at 1.3%. So that just goes to show you as to how the static algorithm is doing its job. And at the end of the day, as long as we're even around that $1 mark, I'm happy, because I'm getting more than 1% a day, which in my opinion is beautiful, provided that you're also compounding, right? So you're getting that you're getting a good APR overall. This is a long-term hold for me, guys, so definitely bear that in mind when watching these videos in regards to Charge DeFi. I am speaking from a long-term holder perspective, and I do believe that the project will go up. So that being said, guys, that's going to be it for today. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe on the video. I am trying to post videos as much as I can. As soon as I see relevant updates, I don't like just throwing random material online or on YouTube. I only like posting videos once I see something relevant is happening, or once we see that the price action is relevant to talk about. I do want to thank all of you as well for helping me reach that 100 subscriber goal, which is just amazing in my opinion. You know, once again, thank you very much for that, guys, and I will still keep providing content as long as there's relevant DeFi content out there. But yeah, regardless, if there's any videos that you guys want to see, or any projects that you want me to go over, whether it be the coding of the project or general algorithmic tokenomics of the project, feel free to leave it down in the description below, and I'll be sure to check it out and reply to those comments. Thank you very much, guys. Have a good day. Peace.